Hi, my name is Tim Bates. I am doing I used to think, now I think, visible thinking routine over I guess, the semester of the IDT 7061. Uh, when I started this whole thing, I was very skeptical about doing different things because I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that I was good at with technology because I'm not. And so I didn't know about a whole bunch of stuff. The only thing I really knew was about like PowerPoint stuff like that you use as a kid. That's kind of the older generation, the older style of it, and now it's kind of moved into more of the Google Docs, Google Form, Google Sheets, and stuff like that. So I was very happy that when we started out on the first module one, is that we started with Google Docs because as I'm getting into teaching and everything else, that's what I'm starting to use. So let's just dig right in and go module one. We had Google Docs, Google Slides, um, and Google Sheets and Google Forms. What was great because I'm more like this Google form because of the fact that it saves everything for you. You don't have to save it as you go along. It just saves it as you put something in. It automatically saves it, and you can come back to where you left off. So I was really happy about that because that way I can share it to anyone like you ask us to do. We share with anyone with a link and stuff like that. Excuse me. That way somebody else I can share a document with someone, and that way they can know what's going on, and maybe they can change it a little bit to help whatever presentation, whatever I'm trying to do. Then we went into module two and went into concept mapping. I'm going to look at my notes here. I like this because of the fact of the presentation of it. You can put a whole bunch of information about one certain topic, and you can break off into different topics as it's going on, and that way you can know. I watched a video of one that was talking about fire, and it was talking about where it came from, what goes into making a fire. Then it says, well, you have wood, then you have oil, then you have gas, and you have whatever. And then it broke off to different things about saying, well, gas is coming from this, and this. And it had different topics breaking out like a map. So I really like that. But we also started the lesson plan portion of it. And we started just with the objectives, the standards, the background rationale. As I'm getting into teaching, I really don't do this type of lesson plan because this is a long, drawn out, step by step type lesson plan, which is great because when you just starting out to learn, it gives you an opportunity to learn each individual step. So then went on to module three, and it got to video creation, and which it started talking about Screencastify, which is awesome because that's what I'm using right now, and I really like it because I can share a video, I can have a video, make a video, and I can share it to other people, and then they can see what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing is, and then if it's something I need to edit, I go back and edit any part of that video. But also, that was just a part one, and we had part two, which was clips. I kind of had a little fun with this one just because that within clips that you can also put like stickers and emojis and all this stuff on different on the different video, just so you can have a little fun with it. You can do it with the kids. It's a lot. I think to me, it would be a lot more beneficial to kids because that way you can talk to them and they can see you in a different light and see you trying to be funny, trying to be your cool person or something like that. We talked about the lesson plan, and the other part of the lesson plan was the visible thinking. Is one of them is right. What we're doing right now is I used to think, but now I think this. like I said earlier, is I'm not big in technology, but I did like the fact that I'm learning all these different technology tools because I feel like I can take them to my classroom and use them. Um, so this going into in my lesson plans, I used to think. Honestly, I can't. To be honest, I can't remember. I know the think, puzzle, share. I believe because you had to think about what was going on. You had to be puzzled, ask questions, and all the stuff you need to do anything, and then you had to share about ways how you thought that things could be done. Um, but in that portion of it gives the students the opportunity to think about all the whatever activity, whatever. Because of course I'm in a PE setting. It gives them a way that they can think about what the activity that we're doing that day. They can think about how it's going to be done. Ask questions in the puzzle power part. Ask questions to their peers about how they're thinking what's going to happen, how they do it, and then they go share it because they actually go do it. They go do the activity. Getting into module 4, we had the animated cartoon portion of it, which I thought was pretty cool because I didn't know anything about it. I knew that when I was doing my undergrad, we did some stuff that with cartoons, but I didn't go into much detail with this because because I didn't know anything a lot. Now I kind of understand, and I can make little cartoons to kind of help get my point across in whatever activity that we're doing. And the thing that we do, I chose tell you about a famous person, how their lifestyle was or what they came from, now where they are. So I chose Michael Jordan, how he didn't make his high school team, and he kept pushing, and finally made his high school team, then made to the college level, had won a championship with North Carolina. Then he went on to the pros, won multiple championships with them, all these different awards with them. It's just that if you shouldn't give up because no matter what happens, don't give up. And the lesson plan, we were learning with technology. As being a PE teacher, one of the technology tools that is really, really great is Flipgrid because it can show different. You can tell them what you want, and then that way they can do the video and describe and show physical activity what they did, which is great. Going on to lesson 5 or module 5, excuse me, was we had assisted technology. I think this is wonderful. I didn't know a lot of stuff about assisted technology because I hate saying it this way, but I don't have a disability. I don't have anything that's I don't want to say hindrance because that's not it. That's kind of that again disability. Let's just put it that. So with a lot of assistive technology, it shows you how the screen can get bigger. The words on the screen can get bigger. How you can hear different sounds that will be different words, different letters, different everything else. Even going back to Braille, that's something that assisted technology because people who blind can't read because they can't look at the paper to see what words are on the paper. So I think that was awesome. I think that's just going a little bit about that. And then in the lesson plan, you have the assessment. The assessment is basically everything that you need to do. You need to be able to put everything. This is your culminating factor. Make sure your students know what they're talking about, what you're trying to do. Let's see. And module 6, it talked about we're doing the book creator, and I thought that was amazing because you're literally making a book. So I think it was awesome that it was able to create the book, create whatever I was thinking, the facts that I was getting from the websites and everything else. It was putting everything into words and putting everything into. You can get pictures, you can get books, you can get words, you can get sayings. You can make up your own book if you want to, which I think is awesome and amazing. Excuse me. And then with the lesson plan, we were talking about materials and procedures. It basically is the materials and procedures is basically is what you're going to use within that lesson, but also your procedures are how the lesson is going to be taught. So it's basically a step by step way to how the lesson can be taught, minute by minute, hour by hour, however long you have the lesson. And then, but the book creator helps students that create a digital book about pretty much anything. I did mine over the facts about smoking, trying to get people to quit smoking. So I was giving them different facts that they could use in their thoughts and their when they think about different things and trying to get to quit smoking. All the lesson plan. Going back to the lesson plans, there were different things that we had to do. Is one of them, and I won't be honest and say I knew nothing about because I didn't know anything of. Not in much of technology, but I didn't know we actually had ISTE, the standards for technology. I didn't know that. So I'm very intrigued about to go back and look over those and learn those and teach those and try to use them in the PE setting, because again, when I think about PE, I think about all you do is whatever physical activity that you're doing is you're learning through that. But I'm noticing very, very quickly that there's a lot of technology that could go into PE, and I'm thinking about asking my principal if we can get iPads, 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5, somewhere, hopefully 5 iPads that we can use and start using flip grids, start using the cartoons. They can make cartoons over historical figures within sports, stuff like that. To get a little bit more information over the different stuff in the modules. Going back to module 3 with the screen castify I'm showing it right now. With somebody who's not much into technology, it is very easy to record. It's very easy to kind of edit and share your videos with other people, along with the clips that we had to use in that video, that you can share through email, share them through like whatever, embed them into somewhere, into a code. And what I did was we did it through YouTube and even go through Google Classroom to do it. So that's my 15 minutes of fame, trying to tell y'all about what I learned over this semester. Hopefully I did it right. And I hope to see how much of technology that I can use in the classroom. And so, and if I can, hopefully I will have, if I have any questions, I can still email you, email a professor to see what I can do about getting better at doing technology. Because like I said earlier, if you're going to use I used to think, now I think, I mean, I know it's cliche. I didn't know a lot about technology, but now I know. I don't want to say I know a lot, but I know my good fair share, so that way I can use stuff, and I still want to learn more stuff about how I can use different stuff more technology in classrooms. I thank you, and I appreciate everything that you taught me this year, or this semester, excuse me, and I hope everything goes well.